In 1988, a woman named Carol Dempsey bought a Teflon pan at a department store in Columbus, Ohio. She paid $12 for it. She used it every morning for 11 years. When she finally threw it out, it was because the handle cracked, not because the coating failed. Now, compare that to the caraway pan you bought 18 months ago. The one that is already sticking. The one with the scratches you cannot explain. The one that costs $95 and is already halfway to the landfill. That is not bad luck. That is the business model. We have spent the last several months inside the cookware industry, talking to chemists, reading class action filings, pulling EPA testing data, and tearing apart the marketing claims on the pans sitting in your cabinet right now. What we found is this: 80% of the non-stick pans sold in America today are functionally degraded within 18 months of purchase. And the brands selling you the ceramic safe alternative are running a replacement cycle that costs you 5 times more over a lifetime than the cookware your grandmother used. Here is how they built that cycle, and exactly how to break it. The story starts in 2015. That is when the voluntary phase-out of PFOA, perfluorooctanoic acid, was completed under an EPA stewardship program. PFOA had been found in the blood of 99.7% of Americans, based on data collected in the early 2000s. It was linked to kidney cancer, testicular cancer, thyroid disease, and high cholesterol. Getting rid of it was the right call. But the industry did not respond by building a better pan. They responded by building a cheaper story. They called it ceramic coating. They called it non-toxic. They called it PFAS-free. They put it in linen tone packaging with words like clean and conscious and safe for your family. Caraway launched. Our Place launched. Green Pan expanded. Hexclad took in $100 million from Studio Ramsey Global, a joint venture between Gordon Ramsay and Fox Entertainment. The direct-to-consumer machine went into full production, and the American consumer bought it. Here is what they actually bought. A ceramic non-stick coating is not ceramic in any meaningful structural sense. It is not the ceramic tile on your bathroom floor. It is a sol gel coating, a silica-based liquid mixture sprayed onto an aluminum base and baked on in an industrial oven. The final coating is between 20 and 50 microns thick. To give you a reference point, a human hair is about 70 microns. They are selling you a cooking surface that is thinner than a human hair and calling it a revolution in safe cookware. The old PTFE coatings, the Teflon your mother used, were typically between 25 and 75 microns thick across multiple layers. They were multi-layered fluoropolymer coatings built to absorb abrasion. According to Consumer Reports durability testing, ceramic-coated pans show significant coating loss after thousands of abrasion cycles. Under normal home use, daily cooking, a silicone spatula, hand washing, that is approximately 18 months. They call it normal wear. We call it a pan that costs $90 and lasts as long as a cell phone case. The failure happens in 3 ways. First, abrasion. Every time a spatula crosses the surface, even a silicone one, it erodes the coating. The sol gel layer has no structural reinforcement. It cannot flex. Under thermal cycling, heating up, cooling down, heating up again, microcracks form in the coating. Those cracks expand, the coating delaminates. What starts as dulling becomes sticking, and what becomes sticking becomes flaking. Second, heat. Ceramic coatings begin decomposing at temperatures that a home gas burner reaches in under 4 minutes on a medium-high setting. The sol gel binder breaks down. The coating does not burn off cleanly. It degrades into the food surface. And because these coatings are proprietary, the actual chemical formulas are trade secrets, what exactly degrades into your eggs is not publicly disclosed. The Ceramic Tech Today journal, published by the American Ceramic Society, notes that proprietary sol gel compositions may contain organic polymers with varying toxicity profiles beyond the standard silicon dioxide base. Third, and this is the part that should make you set down your current pan and read the label, the PFAS-free claim is not always what it appears to be. Consumer Reports tested ceramic pans in 2024 and did not detect PFAS in the ceramic coating itself. But PFAS-free testing from the same year found that 80% of pans marketed as PFAS-free tested positive for trace fluorotelomeres, chemicals in the broader PFAS family used in manufacturing processes and not always disclosed as ingredients. Greenpan has faced class action litigation in California, alleging that pans labeled PFAS-free contained undisclosed chemical compounds, including siloxanes, a class of organosilicon compounds. No recall was issued. And there is something else happening inside that degraded coating that the marketing copy does not mention. Studies have documented that a single scratch on a nonstick surface can release thousands of microparticles into food, and a broken or cracked coating can release millions. Once the coating begins to fail, and on a ceramic pan, that process begins before you can see it. Those particles go into your meal. On a PTFE pan in good condition, regulatory agencies including the FDA have found only negligible migration into food. On a degraded pan, ceramic or PTFE, the data looks different. Post-failure testing on degraded ceramic pans, where the coating has eroded and the aluminum substrate is exposed, has shown aluminum leaching into food at levels that regulators consider a concern. This is not a fringe concern. This is the documented sequence. Pan degrades at 18 months. Coating exposes aluminum substrate. Aluminum leaches into acidic food, tomato sauce, lemon, wine, at elevated levels. You are not imagining that your scrambled eggs taste different. The surface you are cooking on is different. It has been chemically different for months. Now here is the trap they built around this problem. There is no way to repair a ceramic coating. None. The factory applies the Sol Gel spray at industrial temperatures in a curing oven. There is no commercial recoating service. The coating fails. The pan is scrapped. You go buy another one. The warranty will not help you. Read the fine print on every major ceramic brand. Metal utensils void the warranty. But here is the engineering problem. Silicone and wood utensils also cause degradation, just more slowly. Normal dishwasher cycles also degrade the coating. Normal high heat cooking degrades the coating. The warranty terms are written to classify normal use as misuse. And if you do try to pursue a claim, most warranties force binding arbitration. You are not going to court. You are going to a process the manufacturer designed and controls. The financial math here is straightforward and worth sitting with for a moment. A ceramic non-stick pan costs between $60 and $150. It lasts 18 to 24 months. Over 10 years, you buy 4 to 5 of them. Total cost, $400 to $600. A Lodge cast iron skillet, made in South Pittsburgh, Tennessee, costs between $25 and $35. It lasts over 100 years with basic maintenance. A single seasoning with flaxseed oil, maybe $2 a year. Total 10-year cost, under $40. The manufacturer knows this math. It is their math. A durable pan generates roughly $100 in lifetime revenue per customer. A ceramic pan on an 18-month replacement cycle generates $500. That 5-to-1 revenue multiplier is not an accident. It is the product architecture. So, what do you actually use? Cast iron first. The Lodge L10 SK3, a 10-inch skillet made in the United States, around $30. The cooking surface is the iron itself, seasoned with polymerized oil. There is no coating to fail. There is no circuit board, no Sol Gel layer, no proprietary chemistry. When it gets sticky, you reseason it. When you scratch it, you reseason it. Your great-grandchildren will cook on it. It handles higher heat than any non-stick pan on the market. It is not the right tool for every job. Acidic foods can strip the seasoning, and you do not boil water in it. But for eggs, meat, vegetables, and searing, it is irreplaceable. Carbon steel, second. The Mat Fer Bourget carbon steel pan, French-made, sold in the $100 to $120 range, is what professional kitchens use instead of non-stick. It is lighter than cast iron, seasons the same way, and handles the same heat. A French omelet station in a professional kitchen runs the same carbon steel pan for years. It does not fail. It improves with use. Stainless steel, third. A tri-ply stainless pan, the all-clad D3, or the made-in stainless if the budget is tighter, has a 10-year total cost of ownership of around $150. It does not have a non-stick coating. You learn to use proper heat and fat, and food does not stick. There is no coating to release particles into your food. When it wears out, it can be resurfaced or replaced for a fraction of the cost of a ceramic pan cycle. If you genuinely need a non-stick surface, for fish, for crepes, for eggs when you are in a hurry, and you are unwilling to manage cast iron or carbon steel, then buy the simplest PTFE pan you can find. Use it on low to medium heat only. Replace it the moment you see a scratch, and do not put it in the dishwasher. A scratched PTFE pan is not safe. An intact PTFE pan, used correctly, is considered safe by the FDA and Consumer Reports. The key word is intact. What you should not do is pay $90 for a ceramic pan, cook on it at high heat, put it in the dishwasher, use a metal spatula once, watch it degrade in 14 months, and then buy another one because the Instagram ad told you this version was finally the safe one. Stop buying the story. Start buying the iron. A pan that costs $30 and outlasts your house is not a compromise. It is the correct answer. The ceramic pan that costs $90 and ends up in a landfill before your warranty paperwork expires. That is the compromise. That is you funding a 5-to-1 revenue model built on a coating thinner than a human hair and a marketing department that learned the word ceramic before they learned the word durable. The repairman's verdict is simple. You cannot fix a dead coating. You can avoid buying one. Buy iron, buy steel, buy things that improve with age. And the next time a brand tells you their pan is safe, ask them one question. Safe for how long?